Have you ever heard the word apostille? Yeah, don't worry, you are not alone. Most people haven't. But believe it or not, this one kind of obscure word could be the key to unlocking a seriously powerful new income stream for your notary business. So let's turn that confusion into a real opportunity.
So check this out. It all started for one notary, Judy Lawrence, with a really simple transaction. She needed a document notarized at her own home. She paid the notary, and as that person was walking away, boom, a light bulb went off in her head. That little moment of inspiration, it turned into a service that now makes up most of her income. You know, Judy's story is such a great reminder that the best business ideas are often hiding in plain sight. It's all about spotting someone's frustration, in this case, a really confusing legal hurdle, and realizing that your expertise is the exact solution they're more than willing to pay for.
All right, so let's get down to it. What exactly is an apostille? It's one of those terms that people usually only run into when they're in a bit of a jam. You know, picture a client calling you in a total panic. I'm sending a document to China and I need something to make it official. You get to be that calm, confident voice on the other end saying, you need an apostille. And yes, I can absolutely take care of that for you.
The word apostille actually comes from the French word for certification, and honestly, that's a perfect description. It's a special certificate that comes directly from the Secretary of State. Its one and only job is to make a document legally valid in another country. That's it.
Now, this is the part where your skills as a notary really click into place. An apostille doesn't verify the information inside the document. Just like a notarization, it only confirms that the signature of the public official, like you, the notary, or maybe a county clerk, is the real deal. You're not approving the content, you're just authenticating the signature. Sound familiar?
Okay, so with all the different documents, all the different countries, it can seem pretty overwhelming at first. But I promise you, the entire process, no matter how complex it looks, really just boils down to two super simple questions.
This is the absolute core of the whole thing. You just need to ask 1, where did this document come from? And 2, where is it going? So let's say a client who lives in Philly needs an apostille for their diploma from UCLA. Well, you know right away, the whole process has to start in California. The destination country, say South Korea, then tells you exactly which steps you got to take next.
And this brings us to the main fork in the road. See, not all countries are treated the same way. It all hinges on whether or not they're part of a treaty from way back in 1961 called the Hague Convention.
Now, if the destination country is one of the 156 members of the Hague Convention, you are in luck. The process is beautifully simple. It's basically a one-stop shop. The document goes to the Secretary of State where it originated, they slap the apostille on it, and you're done. Easy.
But if the country is not a member, the process is called legalization. And yeah, it's a bit more involved. It still goes to the Secretary of State first, but then it has to travel to the U.S. Department of State in Washington, D.C., and a lot of times to that specific country's embassy as well.
And I know exactly what you're thinking right now. Wait a minute, does this mean I have to personally start shuttling documents around Washington, D.C.? This is a huge point of anxiety for a lot of notaries, but let me tell you, the answer is a massive relief.
No, absolutely not. You are the coordinator, the project manager, you are not the courier. There are expert services that specialize in exactly this. You send them the document and they handle all the legwork in DC for you, from the Department of State right to the embassy door. You just manage the whole process for your client. Okay, so let's shift gears a bit and talk about how you actually turn this knowledge into a business. Your real value is being the expert guide through this whole confusing maze. You're the one who can confidently tell the difference between Hague and non-Hague, and who gets why origination and destination are so important.
And trust me, the need for this is everywhere. People need these for destination weddings, for adopting a child from another country, for setting up an international business branch, or for taking a new job overseas. You'll be helping people with some of the most important moments of their lives.
This is the #1 question everybody asks. I mean, all this information is technically out there online. The forms, the fees, it's all public record. So why would anyone pay you to do it?
Because busy professionals, we're talking doctors, lawyers, business owners, they don't want to burn a whole day trying to figure out government forms, dealing with couriers, or worst of all, risking a rejection because they missed one tiny rule. You're not just moving paper around. You're selling them peace of mind and, most importantly, you're selling them their time back. And that is a service people are very, very happy to pay for. And the potential here is huge. Remember Judy Lawrence, the notary with the light bulb moment? For her, apostille services grew from literally nothing to become 60%, that's 60, of her entire business. That's the power of solving a complicated problem for people.
Feeling a little inspired? Good. Let's talk about how you can actually get this thing off the ground. You don't need to go hang a giant sign outside tomorrow, but you can definitely start laying the groundwork today.
The absolute key here is to start small and start local. Before you even think about handling documents from all 50 states, become the expert in your own backyard. What are your Secretary of State's specific rules? Do they only accept FedEx and not UPS? Can you drop documents off in person? Master the logistics of your home state first, and then you can start thinking bigger.
And hey, a quick note on pricing. You'll probably notice that most apostille agents don't list a flat fee on their website, and there's a good reason for that. Every single job is different. A client who needs a document by tomorrow night for a flight is going to pay a rush fee that's way higher than someone who isn't in a hurry. Your price is always based on complexity, destination, and speed.
Look, becoming an apostille agent is about more than just adding a new service. It's about elevating your role from just a notary to an absolutely essential guide. You'll be helping clients navigate a really complex and, frankly, often stressful process. And the rewards, both financial and personal, can be huge. So the only question left is, are you ready to be the expert your clients are already looking for?